John Mohammed Solomon, the illegal migrant accused of firebombing a group of peaceful pro-Israel protesters in Boulder, Colorado, is due in court this afternoon. All of this as a district judge blocks the Trump administration's plans to deport the terror suspect's family. Fox News legal editor Carrie Urban joins us now. Carrie, what do you want us to know about this right now?
Well, DHS has told us that his family, his wife, and his 5 dependents are all Egyptian nationals. We know that under the law, if someone is here on a visa and they are deemed to be a national security risk, or one of their relatives has engaged in any kind of criminal activity, which includes arrests, charges, convictions, those 3 things can get your visa revoked. And so DHS and the government here is fully operating within its authority to deport this family. So I was especially surprised to see what the judge did in this situation.
And perhaps this, too, the statement from the attorney representing Solomon's wife and family. It reads, punishing individuals for the purported actions of their relatives is a feature of medieval justice systems or police state dictatorships, not democracies. The Trump administration's vindictive attack on this young family echoes the methods of Nazi Germany, where authorities used kin punishment to intimidate the population. Wow. Carrie?
Okay, so this is one of the worst statements I've ever seen from an attorney in my career. And let's remember that before I came to Fox News, I helped lawyers craft statements on controversial cases. So I have no problem with being aggressive or edgy when you're advocating for your client. That's not what this is. This is incredibly distasteful because let's remember here why he has these clients. The husband and the father of this family is accused of trying to set Jews and their supporters on fire. Who else did that? The actual Nazis. And so for him to turn around and accuse the Trump administration of being like Nazis for trying to deport this family, given the horrors that unfolded, is really just beyond the pale.
All right, Carrie, before you go, I want to ask you about President Trump's travel ban. I'll get to his words out of the Oval Office he shared just a few moments ago. But first, the travel ban itself, he signed this yesterday. And as we know it right now, it prohibits citizens of 12 countries, primarily in Africa and the Middle East, from entering the U.S. Carrie, so far we've learned there are some exceptions to this otherwise expansive order, including World Cup athletes. But we wait to hear more. This was President Trump in the Oval earlier on that.
Why now? I can say that it can't come soon enough, frankly. We want to keep bad people out of our country. The Biden administration allowed some horrendous people, and we're getting them out one by one, and we're not stopping until we get them out.
The ban goes into effect Monday. What are you hearing about this?
Yeah, this reminds me exactly of the travel ban that the Supreme Court upheld in 2018. I was there at the Department of Justice when Noel Francisco argued and won that case. In fact, by the way, Noel Francisco was also the one who argued and won the gun case at the Supreme Court this morning. Excellent attorney. So look, the Supreme Court in that case held that the president has wide discretion in restricting who can come into this country, for how long, for all kinds of reasons. In that case, they said the president had gone through the right process. They had consulted with DHS and the other relevant agencies to conduct a risk assessment. And then those agencies turned around and told the president, look, we don't think the vetting is adequate. We think there's some real national security threats here. And looking at the proclamation that the president put out last night, it's really the same exact thing. And they gave the same rationale. So I think that if anyone were to challenge this, they'd fall pretty short and it would stop pretty soon, given that the Supreme Court has really already held that these kinds of travel bans are illegal.
Yeah, I'll finish up with this. Mike Pompeo weighed in earlier on Fox and said this. Listen.
Look through this list. What do they have in common? These are terror havens. These are places without good internal security, very little capacity to help us identify or vet. And so you need a broad-based ban on travel from these places until they fix these internal problem sets and give us a chance to even have a hope that we can identify a potential risk coming into our country.
And broad-based it is. Final thought from you, Carrie?
Yeah, and the Supreme Court in that 2018 case said the president doesn't even have to put a time stamp on it. It really can continue as long as he deems fit in consultation with the agencies. If there is not the adequate amount of sharing that should be taking place between countries, there needs to be a baseline amount of information that countries are providing to us when people come into this country. And if that national security risk remains, these restrictions can last for a long time.
All right, Carrie Urban, on all of that for us. Carrie, appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey, it's Will Kane. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Kane podcast for full episodes right now.